Okay, welcome to our practice today. I have a quote. I have a quote for us today, and it's disappeared. Oh, here it is. Hang on. Yes, it is here. And this is a quote from Chief Seattle, from the Native American chief. Humankind has not woven the web of life. We are but one thread within it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. Yeah, it's a true thing. And the fact, that when we talk about environmental crisis, the earth will survive. The earth will survive. It's us that's in trouble. So we need to take care of ourselves. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to come to our seat now. Seated cross-legged. You can sit on a stool if that's sit on a stool. It's because I'm moving the stool. You can sit on a cushion if you need to, or something to make yourself more comfortable. Particularly if you kind of find it very difficult to sit cross-legged, just perch yourself up on a small cushion. Oh yeah, let's release some tension that may already have gathered today. So we're going to lift the shoulders up, let the arms just hang. Breathe into the nostrils and out through the mouth. Let them drop. And again, breathe in. Squeeze the shoulders right up high by the ears. Out through the mouth. And again, we do that one more time. Breathing in. Really squeeze them right up high as you can. Then out through the mouth. Whoosh. And roll the shoulders back. Just the shoulders are doing this. We're not using the arms to do this. We're just using the shoulders. So rolling back. Taking them up high, taking them right back. So we open the chest, drop them right down and draw them forward. So we're getting into, we might be just moving the shoulders, but we get into the chest and get into the neck a little bit, even into slightly into the upper ribs there coming in. Good, and then roll them forward, same thing. Just enjoy that kind of little squeeze as you lift the shoulders up high. You also get a slight feeling of a squeeze as you take the shoulders down. So don't forget to exaggerate that. Okay, and now we're going to just come into a little circling motion to warm up the lower back. In fact, let's just give ourselves a little bit of a rub on the lower back first of all, just to wake it up and say, hey, you need to get active now. Wake it up, rest the hands on the knees. I'm going to sit really tall, so really lift the chest. In fact, let's just do a little stretch up just to remind ourselves how long we can get. So interlink the fingers above the head and push the hands up to the ceiling. Try and keep the shoulders down away from the ears, but long through the arms, long through the elbows, pressing up. Feel that lift in the chest. Feel that lengthening in the front of the body there. Feel the back of the neck is nice and long. Good. One more breath in, then releasing out through the nostrils and taking the hands down to the sides. So now we're going to circle a little bit. So hands rest on the knees, lift the chest, sitting nice and tall, keeping this integrity from the root to the crown. So that's staying upright and centered. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to take that forwards, the whole thing, rather than bending. Exhaling, coming forwards as far as you can, then round to the right. Inhaling, leaning back as far as you can. Then exhaling, coming around to the front. So we're going right over to the side as well. So we're trying to make this movement as big as possible. So keep lifting up out of the hips. Exhaling for the front half of that circle. Inhaling for the back half. And just feel all the time that you're trying to lift all the time as well as circle. You could imagine it. Imagine a spiral. You're spiraling upwards. This is a feeling of a spiraling upwards. The spine is spiraling upwards. You're getting higher and higher. The crown is lifting, lifting, lifting. Exhaling. I'm getting with our breath as well. Getting with our breath. We might have completely forgotten our breath up to this point today. So we're getting really close, up close and intimate with our breath. And coming around one more time, come to center. And this time on the out breath, we're going to make a humming sound. So when you come to the end of your hum and you run out of breath, just keep breathing again and keep going and do as many hums as you need to till we come to the end point. So breathing in again, lifting up the chest, lifting up the crown. Feel that engagement with the abdominals, and then forwards and then to the left. Still a big circle. You can even close your eyes if you want to. Keep feeling yourself spiraling upwards. Till you come to the next end of the next hum, humming bee breath, and then come to the center. Close your eyes. We chant the mantra Om once just to get into that same vibration. Always makes a difference when you chant Om. So closing the eyes, breathe in, feel the length in your body, feel the space. And breathe. Have a sense of, even though you're doing this on your own, well, with me, a sense of everybody else is on as well, kind of surrounding us in this beautiful Om kind of globe, if you like. Okay, so interlink the fingers in front of the body. We're going to open up this body a little bit more before we start moving up to standing. Interlink the fingers, breathe in, breathing out, take the hands away, drop the head, so the back of the neck is nice and exposed, so we're releasing the back of the neck, and we're feeling the chest dipping away. So the chest is coming back away from the hands are coming forwards away from the chest. So we're really expanding the space between the shoulder blades, the upper back. But keep breathing and emphasizing the breath. Breathe in through the nostrils. Fill the chest and the body with air. Exhaling, pull the hands away from you, dropping the head, relaxing the neck. One more breath in. And release the hands, sitting up slowly, finding that space. Yeah, now we're going to take the hands behind us, level it up. We've opened the back of the body, now the front. So let the hands just rest on the back, interlink fingers behind the back. Make sure the neck is nice and long. So rather than looking up, just looking at the ground in front of you. Inhale to the chest. Fill that space across the chest. Exhale, take the hands away from the back and start to lift them away from the back. Slowly and gradually with the breath. So the breath is coming in and out through the nostrils. Fill that chest with air as you inhale. As you exhale, you're just taking the hands back. You feel the shoulders pulling back. You feel almost like the crown is going up to the ceiling, well, up to the kind of edge, upwards to the edge of the room. Good. One more breath in. And release the hands. Good. And we come into a twist. Have a little bit of wriggle there, just to sort of feel the spaciousness coming into the body. Right hand comes onto the left knee. So most important here, don't start turning the body with that. Keep the body facing forward as long as you can. Left hand comes behind. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest, head stays on top of the body rather than kind of leaning forwards. Keep that hand quite close to your back there, or in contact with the back. Inhale, lift the crown, that silver thread lifting you into the heavens. Exhaling, the belly comes around to the left. Inhale again, lift. The chest is coming around to the left. Inhale again, and the left shoulder is coming around, then the head is following. Head is following around, keep dropping the shoulders, keep turning the head, breathing in and breathing out. Every inhale, feel your body is lifting up, feel the crown is lifting up. Every exhale, feel just squeezing out all the old energy out of your spine, all the old blood, everything. And then breathing fresh new energy into that whole length of the spine. One more breath in and untwist to the front. So it feels a little bit different already. I really want to level that up as well. So take the right hand behind me, left hand on the right knee. Remember to face forward to begin. Lift, lengthen, breathe in. Exhaling, the belly coming around to the right, leading the way. Then the ribs, then the chest. Every inhale, lift through the crown, and the right shoulders coming back. And then you finally turn the head. Follow the eyes, look right behind you. Keep dropping the shoulders. Keep lifting the crown. Keep breathing deeply. Your breath will be slightly constricted if it happens in the twist, because your chest is so twisted. So it constricts your breathing, and this is a space to really try and expand your breathing apparatus. Breathing in, lifting, lengthening, breathing out, twisting a little deeper, seeing if the space is there, the body is opening up. One more breath in and untwist to the front. Have another little kind of move around, a shuffle. Good. Just take the hands forwards, coming onto the forwards, slowly moving ourselves up to standing. So we're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So like a tabletop, but make sure our arms are not like pillars or table legs. They're not going to be rigid. So the elbows are quite soft. And this allows, so if you make your elbows rigid, notice how the shoulders thrust forwards and you're all kind of cramped up here. So open that shoulder by softening the elbow and opening the chest. Much nicer, much more space to move. In fact, we're going to do a very freestyle movement here, what I call disco cat. So rather than kind of moving in this sort of kind of straight lines, not really straight lines, curves, we're going to go in a total spiral sensation today. So just keeping the neck in line with the back. So we're looking down at the ground between the hands, spread the fingers wide, engage the hands with the ground, and just start imagining you've got imagine you've got a big tail actually, extending out from where your tail is, little tail end. And we're going to draw a circle in the air. So that's your only thing we really need to do is just draw a circle, small circle to begin. So it's a small circle, let it kind of slowly grow. But really start to let it get bigger and bigger, this circling. So you'll notice what happens to the rest of the body when you really get big in this circle and try to expand it. Wow, it really comes into the back. You can start bending into the elbows. You can start moving the neck. You can even start coming down a little bit. If you really want to get into this big circling motion and breathe with it as well, breathe. Strong inhale, strong exhale. Just let yourself be really free, freestyle. And just feel the spiraling. So as you circle the tail, feel that spiraling through the body. And even imagine the tail you might have, a beautiful tail which you're just showing off to the world. Yeah. And come to a stillness, see how that feels. Maybe have a little break from being on the hands, just sitting back into kneeling for a second. Rotate the wrists. So that's one way. We're going to do the same thing, but going the other direction. So just loosen the wrists. Maybe make little stars with the hands. That always helps to refresh. So now we're going the other way. So it might be like, oh, which way did I go before? So go the way that doesn't feel kind of quite normal. So again, reset, soft elbows, open chest, looking down at the ground. And then we're going to go the other way. Yeah, I know which way that is because it doesn't feel quite right. So I'm starting small with the circling, but really let the body join in. This is the key thing with this sort of freestyle movement. Really feel the sides of the body getting kind of some movements, letting the body move. Getting the circle getting bigger and bigger, letting the elbows move, the wrists, the shoulders, the head moving. Breathe. So your breath and your body are kind of doing a little dance here. Enjoy. Close your eyes so you can feel it rather than thinking about what it looks like. This can often, hinder us a lot, limit us a lot. Worrying or thinking, am I to do it? Does it look right? I would focus more on how does it feel? Does it feel right? Does it feel good? Breathe and move and come to a stillness. And we just sit back into the heels now. Slide the hands away, bring the forehead to the ground, pose of the swan. Breathe into the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Let it go and feel the length of your back from the fingertip to the base of the spine. Breathing in through the nostrils and sighing out through the mouth. Good. Okay, so we're moving back and forth now. Taking the hands, re-engaging, looking at the hands, spreading the fingers wide, and the hands and the palms engage with the ground. Use the inhale to come up, the exhale taking the hips forwards, opening the chest. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sitting back into the heels. So really go with your breath. Let your breath be in charge here. Inhaling, exhaling. Don't forget on this kind of cobra movement, your groin is not reaching the ground and your chest is opening, looking up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, sit deeply back. Really send the sitting bones back deep into the heels before you come up on the inhale. Keep those fingers engaged with the ground and the thumbs, just checking. Check that you're not lifting the knuckles or hunching up the thumbs. That's a common thing. Really give the hands what they need as well. Breathing in and breathing out. Take it to the full extent of the exhale before you inhale. Leave both ends. So breathing out fully, open the chest, lift the heart to the skies. Inhale, exhale, sit deeply back. Really empty everything out before you inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale, sit back into the heels. Bring the forehead to the ground, sweep the arms back into the pose of the child. Back to the hands, rest on the ground. Relax the shoulders forward. Relax the jaw, the mouth, the lips and the tongue. Just see if you can feel, it's almost like your cheeks. You can feel your cheeks hanging forwards. So breathe in through the nostrils and a releasing breath out through the mouth. Let it go. Give yourself some sound. Just feel the magic of the yoga, what it's doing. Good. So send the hands forwards now, extending the fingers forward, spread the fingers wide. Take a look at them. As you inhale, come up to all fours. So we're not in tabletop now. Hands are slightly further forward. Breathing in, tuck the toes under. Breathing out, lift the knees off the ground. Come into downward dog. So you might want to just pedal a little bit, bringing one heel down at a time here. Keep pushing back with the hands. Focus on the spine, from the fingertips to the base of the spine. And then when you feel it's a little bit, your hamstrings probably aren't going to be very warmed up right now. So don't push anything. Just focus more on the length of the spine than straightening the legs. That's more important. Now we're going to do some leg lifts just to get the legs a bit warmer. So take a small side step with the right foot, so it's more or less in the center. And then we're going to lift the left leg up, breathing in. Just give a nice push back with the hands to really help that length, and then lower that leg down. Bring that to the center. Lift the right leg. Really lift it high. This is going to bring some energy into the body, and lower it down. We're going to do another one each side. Or you can rest. So I'll just do another couple actually each side. Bring that foot down. Make it right next to it so it's quite central on the mat. Lifting up. We're doing this kind of slowly. Keep this length in the spine from the fingertip to the base of the spine. One more. You can rest if you want to. You don't have to do all of these. Okay, lowering that leg down. Come into downward dog for a moment. Return to downward dog if you're having a rest. And then we're going to just walk the feet towards the hands and come into ragdoll. So knees are bent, head is hanging, arms are hanging, shoulders are hanging. In fact, the whole body from the hips upwards is hanging, is sort of being kind of hanging into the floor, and kind of letting it hang from the hips. And just to help that release even more, again, a releasing breath into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. Start to lift from the base of the spine, leave the arms hanging. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils as you slowly lift up through the back. Keep the knees bent if you can, just to allow the back to slowly unravel. Slowly unravel up to standing, uncurl to standing. Good. We're on our feet. So let's have a look at our feet. Something we've been doing a lot lately is just really putting our attention into our feet. It's a good thing to do. Lift the toes off the ground, really lift them as high as you can, and then place them down. And then lift the heels high off the ground as high as you can, and then place them down. We'll do that again, just to really make contact with these feet from the ground. Lift the toes high, place them down, and lift the heels high off the ground, and place them down. Good. Give the legs a little shake, just to wake them up a little bit. Give the arms a shake. And then we'll just do a whole body shake. So feet are about hips width apart, knees are nice and bent. We're just going to start with the knees, shaking the knees, and then let the hips come in, shaking the hips, and let the shoulders come in. They kind of naturally start to join in. We're just going to shake everything up and make some sound on the out breath. So breathe in through the nostrils and then ah. Yeah, get with your body. And again, breathe in. Ah. Good. Okay. I'm going to bring the sides of the feet together, get a bit more energy going in the body. Breathing in, lift the arms up, interlink the fingers, stretch up. So we're going stretching up. We lift the heels off the ground and we squeeze together. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together. Squeeze the arms either side of that head. Lift the heels high, keep extending and keep pressing together. Hold the breath in for a couple of seconds. As you breathe out softly through the nostrils. Bring the arms down softly, bring the heels down slow as you can. Slowly, slowly. It's really soft but controlled, that out breath. The in-breath is very vital and strong. Inhale. Reach up, squeeze together, lift the heels high off the ground. So really press into the toes to help that kind of dynamic energy. Holding the tension, creating your own tension. So then when you release, energy flowing, breathing out, arms coming down. We'll do one more of these. Slowly, slowly bring the heels down. Slowly, slowly bring the arms down. Breathing in. So the sides of the feet together, legs together. Squeeze. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the arms either side of the head. Lift the heels high. Extend to the ceiling. Hold the breath in. And breathing out slowly through the nostrils. As you come down to earth again. Okay, so we take the feet apart a little bit, we bring the hands to the hips, we bring the heels to the backside. Just get the legs, again, a little bit more energy. You just by a few seconds of, these simple little movements, limbering movements, start to feel that energy moving around. So it's a little bit of proof to ourselves that movement helps the flow of energy. Hasn't got to be anything kind of too crazy, just move the body. Things happen when we move. Moving with the breath as well, take the legs out to the side. Holding the hips and lifting the chest away so it's nice and long here in the front of the body. Shoulders are down, away from the ears, back of the neck is long. So always thinking about your posture. Engaged with your kind of body, your physical presence, lifting the knee, opening out to the side. So getting a little bit of warmth into the hip joints, lifting up high and out to the side, inhaling and out, exhaling all the time through the nostrils. So not holding your breath, letting it move. Body moving, breath moving, everything moving, spiraling, sparkling, shining. We're shining ourselves up in our practice. And then we're going to just take the hands in front and behind, just get the shoulders a bit more agile. Good. And then we're going to take the feet a bit further apart, knees bent, and we're going to turn on our axis, bending into the knees, turning to look right behind you. Let the arms swing heavily. So we're turning, we're creating the energy, the momentum from our center. The arms are just hanging like two heavy kind of pendulums, if you like. Bend into the knees as your body faces forwards. Breathe. Let the hands kind of smack into the lower back, stimulating the energy there. And slowly come to a stop. And we also kind of stimulate here. So we're just going to front of the hips. Put the hands onto the lower back. Give it a little bit of pummel. Back to the hands there. Oh, yeah, wake it all up, ease it out, and then take the fingers, so straight, stiff fingers all over the chest area, Make some sound. Shining ourselves up here. Particularly if it's a grey day where you are. Shining yourself up. Good. The hands together. Bit of heat in the hands. And shake the hands out. Let's whoosh out any bits of debris that have kind of been conjusted up. So feet hips width apart, parallel. Inhale through the nostrils, reach up high. Exhale through the mouth. Good, let the arms swing. Let's get a bit of lightness into our mood, so we can do a ha 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 if you want. Ha ha ha. Let the arms swing, knees bend. And again, breathing in. Good. And let's do one more of these. Breathing in and out through the mouth. Good. That always works, that ha ha ha. Okay, let's come to the front of the mat. Standing postures. So just checking the feet again. We're doing a little kind of connection, reconnect with the feet. Lift the toes, really peeling them up high. Place them down. Lift the heels and place them down. So now we've got a better connection with the feet. I'm going to come into triangle here. So lifting the chest, find your posture, put the weight on the left foot and step back with the right. So you've got a nice position, not as wide as a warrior. Hips are facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Lift the chest. Exhale, bring the arms down to shoulder height. So expanding the fingers out to the side. Inhale, open the chest, maybe the hands face forward. Exhale, reaching over to your left and down. Right arm reaches up. So we have this nice, still got this extension, whether your hands is front or back on the leg. You've still got this extension across the chest, the shoulders. There's also into the back as well, the back of the shoulders, and also soften the knees. They might want to start to lock up. We don't want that. We want it to be nice and agile, the legs and the knees. Reaching up to the ceiling with the right hand and turning the head to look up at that right hand. Try and make some space between the right shoulder and the right ear. In fact, both shoulders and ears, we don't want this kind of movement or this kind of better to, if this is happening to you, it's probably because you're too low down and you just come up a little bit and work where you are. So you have much better alignment, more quality in your posture. Come up on the inhale, maybe bend into the left knee to soften that. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. So you have this nice movement back and forth. Weight on the right foot, step back with the left. Land, ground your feet, lift the arms up, but also lift the chest. Breathing out, bring the arms to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, palms facing forward. Exhale, reach over to your right and down. Make contact with that right leg. Reach up away from it with the left hand. Dropping the left shoulder away from the left ear. Neck is nice and long in line with the spine. Soft knees. Soft toes. Give the toes a wiggle to make sure you're not gripping the ground. Feel the length in the left side of the body from between the hip and the left rib. Nice and long in that waist. Breathe deeply. Come up on the inhale, maybe bend into that right knee to soften that movement. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee and come back to the front of the mat. Have a little moment just to shake the knees again, reset, shake the hips, shake the shoulders. Inhale and then lightening everything up. Good. We're going to come into warrior one. We're going to step back into it. So weight on the left foot. Big step back with the right. We're keeping the hips facing forwards. So it may be that step back has made the hips kind of go out to the side. We really want the hips to face forward, so it needs the right hip to come forward, left hip to come back. A little bit of a twist there. Really take that right heel back. So your body's right in the middle. We want to keep it that way. So inhale, lift the arms up. Extend them right up, so it's in line with the body, not reaching forwards in front of the ears, right up by the ears. As you exhale, you bend into that left knee. As the knee comes forward, you put equal emphasis onto the right heel. So you've got this elastic band, remember, between those 2 points that we're kind of holding. Breathe. Look up at the space between your hands. Palms are facing each other. if you want to, and that'll be a little extra test for your balance. Also feeling your feet that are lively and not gripping. Should be able to feel that right buttock kind of really active. So it's kind of keeping that back leg really strong and anchored. Breathe deeply. See if you can sink a little deeper on each out breath. Making sure that left knee isn't going beyond hovering above the ankle. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms on the exhale. Just take a little breather there before we come into our forward bend over this leg. Always soften the knee to begin. We don't want to kind of push anything. Hold the back or reach up. Inhale. Exhale, coming down over the body. So feel the chest is leading here as well. So you get this length. And you're also feeling your abdominals are strong to support the back. Make contact with the ground, either directly, fingertips, hands, or something on the ground if your hands don't reach there. And now we're going to lengthen the left leg. So we press the big toe into the mat. One way, the other way. The left hip is reaching back and up to the ceiling. And the body is just slowly sinking down towards that left leg. Breathe. It's all about the breath. So try and make that the most important thing. Breathing in. Feel the air coming into the body, breathing out, releasing and softening. Good. Now bend into the left knee and walk the hands up the leg. And we just step forward back to the front of the mat and ready for the other side. So take a moment, put the weight onto the right, step back with the left, big step. If you're finding it's a little bit you're a bit wobbly, just widen your stance. Yeah, then that'll help the balance. Right hip back, left hip forward, hips facing directly forwards. Breathe in, lift the arms up, get them back by the ears rather than in front. Palms are facing each other. Exhaling, bending into that right knee. It's going to hover above the ankle. And we're going to ground and anchor this back leg by pushing that heel back, by keeping that strength in the left buttock. So that helps to keep that left hip forward as well. And feel that right left thigh is lengthening to keep that right hip back. Look up at the space between the hands. Breathe in and out. Breathe deeply. One more breath in and out. Good. And then just straighten up, inhaling, exhaling, lower the arms down. And we come into our forward bend. Maybe give the back a little rub, just to prepare. Inhale, extend the arms up or hold the back if you need extra support. Exhaling, soften that right knee, the front knee, and come down over the legs, lengthening through the body, strong belly, and to the ground, or whatever you have on the ground. Now we're going to lengthen this right leg. So the big toes going into the ground, the right hip is going away and up to the ceiling, lengthening through the leg. Give it a few breaths. Body's coming down towards the right leg. Come away from it on the inhale and soften on the exhale. Creating space for the body on the inhale, releasing, softening. Body softens and gives you space on the exhale. And then we're going to bend the right knee and walk the hands up the leg and step forward again to the front of the mat. Okay. Just let's have a little bit of a shake up. Shake the legs, shake the arms. Just to give ourselves a little breather there. We're going to have another little breather now, coming into a little moment to connect with our breath and our body again. So hands in prayer position, standing nice and tall like the mountain. Breathe in, breathe out. So we'll do a little bit of a gratitude moment, breathing in. As you breathe out, the fingers point to the ground, looking down as well, following it with your eyes. And then as you inhale, the fingers come out to the side, really extend wide and reach up high. This is all inhaling Bring the hands together, and then the exhale begins. It's all exhale on the way down. Exhale right to the ground, looking down at the hands. Inhale, reaching up. And looking at the hands as they meet above the head, and then bringing the hands down through the center, pressing together evenly. So really feeling the steadiness and evenness, finding that steady, even pace with the breath. You might be moving a different pace from me, but try and keep it even. So if it's fast or slow, it doesn't matter, as long as it's kind of steady and even. And follow your hands with your gaze. So now we bring in some gratitude and appreciation. You know, say it out loud. Say it out loud to yourself. It really does make a difference saying things out loud, just naming the things that you feel grateful for today in this moment. All the things that kind of every day are really good to acknowledge. Things that we kind of just always happen, like the sun coming up, maybe having, you know, people around, certain people we're familiar with, having certain things, having a home, having warmth, having shelter, having food. Just very simple things, you know, that would make life pretty unbearable if we didn't have them. And you can also be grateful for all sorts of other small things that you notice. So say them out loud, or just think them or imagine them, and then just feel the feelings that go with that. We go one more, breathing in, reaching up, bringing the hands together and letting them come to the heart center. So we're really just finding that bliss of yoga. Close your eyes, let your hands rest in the heart center and come into the heart space. Notice how it is. It might not be feeling sparkly and full of flowers, might be full of rocks. Whatever it is right now, acknowledge it. Yeah, good. And drop the hands down. So, next we're going to go wide with the legs. Wide as you can. And then we're going to turn the feet out at a slight angle. And then we're going to bend the knees. Knees are going out to the side. So, bring the hands together. We come into this position. If you want to, you can try doing this sideways movement. This is going to get a little bit of heat coming in the thighs. Try to keep the upper body really upright. So the knees are going, if you see, they're going in line with whatever angle the toe is. So your toes might be a different angle to mine. They might be less out, they might be more out, depending probably if you did ballet or not. So, but always try and keep that center. Try not to kind of lean over. Try and keep this center. And even when you're leaning over to one way, bending into that knee, always trying to keep that hip open and also keeping some weight into the other foot as well. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping that hands pressing together, shoulders down, crown lifted. So we're just moving the weight from one foot to the other a bit more, knees going out to the side, but move within your range. Don't overdo it. And then we're going to come back to this kind of up and down. So keeping this length in the body, breathing in to come up, breathing out, knees go out to the side. Just checking, have a little check and make sure the knees are going in the same direction as your toes. If they're not, then you're twisting the knee, you need to adjust the position of the foot. If you know you found the limit of your hip opening, then just adjust the position of the toes to suit where you are at. Good. Breathing out, sinking down, seeing how low you can go here. Exhaling, inhaling. Let's do one more. Exhaling, inhaling. And now we're going to come into the roaring goddess. Let's get a bit of heat going between the hands just to get that fire going. Yeah. So you breathe in to begin, reach up, and on the exhale, the arms come out like right angles, the fingers are spread wide like cactus arms. At the same time, you come into this position, very kind of strong goddess. And then also, tongue comes out the mouth, eyes wide, like rasping sounds, if you were trying to get something up and out. We'll try it a few times anyway, breathing in. Really let your goddess roar. Breathing in. Maybe there's something that needs to come out. Maybe there's some fire that needs to be purged. Breathing in. do one more. So purifying, the purifying power of fire. Inhale. Good. Let me just turn the feet so they're parallel. Insert the fingers behind the back. We're going to just come into a forward bend. Inhale and exhaling, coming forwards. Leaving the hands resting on the back to begin with. And then once we're bent forwards, let the hands come away from the back. And just releasing the shoulders here. Gradually. Don't force anything. Just see through the breath. If we're taking a bit of time. We just see if we can open up the shoulders and the chest a little more here. Breathe. Make your breath very intentional. Let your breath be your focus. Keeping your focus. Good. And then bring the hands still interlinked into the middle of the back and just draw a circle. Those interlinked hands on the back. Just enjoying that feeling. And then we just rotate or draw a circle in the opposite direction as we slowly come up. We kind of roll up nice and easy. And we're just going to rub the back a little bit there. Okay. Let's slowly bring the feet together. Give the legs a little shake there. So, time for balance. Dancer, balance. So, place that left foot on the floor. Really get that foot nice and grounded. To bend the knee before I start straightening up, and take that right foot off the ground and take hold of it in the right hand, either holding the outside of the foot or the inside, whichever you prefer. Inhale, so we're going to connect the thumb and the first finger together in this little mudra. Turn just too quickly. So inhale, reaching the arm up. Exhale, taking that arm forward, but also letting the body go with that. And then finally, you start to take the heel away from the back side. So the chest is projected forwards, the hand is projected forwards, that right toe is going to the ceiling, and you start to straighten the standing leg also. Looking towards the future. Good. Dancing on the earth. Try not to grip with the toe. Let yourself wobble a little bit. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arm down, and just lower that right leg down. Give the legs a good shake, give the arms a shake. Nice posture. So really thinking about opening here in the chest. And also it's great for opening up the front of the hip. So bring the, and you can always use a wall to balance on if you're finding the balance is very tricky. Getting that grounding into that right foot, taking hold of the left foot, inside or outside grip. Opening already in this left hip flexor. Connect the thumb and the first finger, extend the other fingers out, this lovely kind of fan shape. Inhale, reaching up, lifting the chest. Exhale, taking, really lead with the chest. Let it follow that right hand. And start to kick that left toe up to the ceiling. The heel comes away from the backside. Opening up. Try not to grip with the toes of the right foot. It's very tempting. Instead, just try and imagine roots going down from the sole of that foot into that earth. Good. Breathe deeply. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arm on the exhale. And finally lower that left leg. Shake it all out. Arms and legs. Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit of breathing and moving. First of all, we just have a little bit of a ragdoll because we're moving a lot, so we just need to have a little bit more release for the spine. So feet hips width apart, knees are soft. Let everything disintegrate. The chin comes to the chest, the hands slide down the fronts of the legs. Really let the back start to relax and hang. Knees stay bent, arms hang, head hangs. Breathe into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. All about the release. Focus on your breath, release the breath. How does it feel to give your body breath? Yeah, listening, giving it sound as well to that out breath. Then we start to rebuild the spine again. So start to lift up through the base. Arms are hanging. Slowly Keep the knees bent, breathing in and out. Slowly uncurl, slowly come to standing. When you're standing, roll the shoulders back a few times. Give your body some breath. Bring your focus to your breath. It'll really help you to center. Okay, half sun salute. We'll do a few of these just to breathe and move. Inhale, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, bend the knees slightly. Lead with the chest, take the fingers to the ground, exhaling. Now as you inhale, you lift your eyes to the ceiling. The hands just come and rest on the knees. Notice how the arms are straight, legs are straight, back is straight. Lift the chest, exhale, forward bend. Straight legs, hands reach the ground. Bend the knees, look to the skies, inhale, reach to the skies, all on an inhale, and then exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, reach up, look up, lift with the chest, lead with the chest. As you bend the knees, fingertips touch the ground. Inhale, look forwards and upwards, open the chest, hand on the knees, exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, reach up, open up. Exhale, bend the knees, chest leads, fingertips. Inhale, heart flies up. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale. Notice what's happening in the body with this breath and movement. Coordination, bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Take those shoulders back, open the chest. Breathing out, forward bend. Keep the legs straight. Look at the ground. Look at the space between the toes. Bend the knees. Now look up to the ceiling. Reach up. On an inhale, exhale. Everything is working here. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Fingertips touch the ground. Inhale, look up. Straight arms, back, legs, and exhale, forward bend a little deeper each time. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just feel the energy with your breath. Good. Equal emphasis on the inhale as the exhale. Bend the knees, lead with the chest, touch the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Let's say last time down. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, touch the ground. Inhale. Lift, rise up, and exhale, forward bend. We'll stay in the forward bend for a couple of breaths, just so we can see how much more space the body gives us when we take a bit of time and give it a bit of breath. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. The chest, imagine the sternum wants to, reach the space between the two big toes. It really wants to look there rather than meeting the knees. And the tail wants to reach up to the ceiling. Breathe into this space. Breathe into this kind of line between these 2 points, between the base of the spine and the sternum. Breathe into that. Okay. So we're going to come up onto fingertips now, look forwards just to give ourselves a bit of space. And then we're going to step back, put the weight on the left foot. Going to step back with the right, big step, try and get right to the back of the mat, and then take the other foot right back and come into a plank briefly. So the chest is above the hands, not the face. The face is looking at the space above the hands. Strong legs. Heels are pushed back there. And now we're going to come to the ground. So you can either bring your knees down and lower down, or lower with your upper body strength. And then we're going to relax. Back to the arms, rest on the ground. Side of the face on the ground, just to release the neck, and we'll just breathe into the nostrils and let it go out through the mouth. Good. Okay. So we're going to come into some back bends. So bring the forehead to the ground, bring the legs together. Now as you inhale, we're going to lift the nose, the chin, the chest off the ground. And breathe out. As you inhale, you're going to lift the arms off the ground. And they're reaching upwards and backwards. So we get this openness across the front of the chest. And exhale. Inhale, lift the legs off the ground. And breathe in and out. Keep lifting and elevating yourself all the time, but even more on the inhale and smile to remove the tension from this. Breathing in and breathing out, lower down and rest on the other side of the face. Just let the shoulders hang forwards. Inhale, exhale. Bring the legs together, bring the foot to the ground. Let's try this again, slightly different arm position. So lifting the head, chin, the chest, and exhale. Lifting the arms on the inhale and exhale. Lifting the legs on the inhale and exhale. So keep flying. Now we're going to just take the hands around and forwards into kind of like a torpedo shape. So extending forwards and looking up and breathing. It's a bit stronger actually, you know, in this position. But just think of Superman, like you're flying. Imagine you're flying, makes it more fun. Smile, try it and see what it feels like. Inhale one more time. First of all, breathing out, sweep the arms back. Inhale one more time, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Rest on the other side of the face. Inhale, exhale. Slide the hands forward so they're more or less level with the face. Push into the hands. Sit back into the heel. Give your back a little rest there. It's going to feel good. Yeah. Have a little bit of a breathe. Release the breath. Good. And then just with the arms stretched forward, come up onto all fours. We're just going to come into downward dog briefly, just as a kind of transitional move. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the ground. And it also feels quite nice just to give the back another extension before we walk the feet towards the hands, and then maybe take the hands behind you, bring your bottom to the ground. Or find another way to the ground if that's not so easy. Bounce the knees up and down a little bit, just to release the legs, and slowly lying down. We're going to just slow down now, reaching towards the toes, breathing in and out through the nostrils, breathing as you move, slow as you can, slowly, slowly to the last moment, and then let it go, let the body go. Take a breath in through the nostrils, out to the mouth. So draw the knees up and have a little rock and roll on the back. Just going to unravel everything now. Just slow down. Done all the hard work. But keep your focus. Keep in the present. You know, often when we're coming towards the end of something, we're kind of looking to the end or beyond the end before we're even there. So if that's a tendency, just try and be present. Imagine this is the beginning. We've just started. We're just rolling around. Then we place the soles of the feet on the ground. And we're just going to take the feet a bit further away, as wide as the mat. So nothing challenging here, more easeful. Take the arms out to the side for a lying twist, simple lying twist. Palms flat down, inhale. And on the exhale, we let the knees lower down to the left and the head goes over to the right. Inhale, lift the knees to center. Exhale, let the knees fall over to the right, the head goes over to the left. So we're just twisting. Knees go one way, head goes the other way. Do this in time with the breath, it makes all the difference. So the inhale, the knees and the head come to center. On the exhale, the knees go one way, the head goes the other way. Exhale fully before the inhale lifts you back up. Close the eyes and just feel the ease, feel the bliss and the ease, feel the support of the ground, how nice it feels to just be lying down and just doing some simple restorative movement. Using just a bit of breath to help move the body and the support of the ground and our intention, keeping our mind present and attentive all the time, trying to keep that movement and that breath really steady, really even, soft. Everything's soft here. Okay. And then next time you come to center, just slide your legs away Extend the arms up. Give yourself a full extension, the whole body on the ground. Give it some breath. So as you inhale, really feel the whole breath filling up. And as you exhale, so point the toes on the inhale. On the exhale, push the heels away. So we're just kind of inhaling, pointing the toes, exhaling, pushing the heels away. So we're lengthening the front of the body. You can feel that right into that hip, front of the hip, maybe even to the waist there as well. And you push the heels away. You can feel that in the backs of the thighs, maybe in the lower back a little bit. Just noticing, where do you feel that in the body? Inhaling, point the toes. Exhaling, push the heels away. And then just let the legs go. So just let them rock back and forth. And just rest the arms on the ground, a bit more relaxed, so the elbows are bent there, breathing in. And as you exhale, bring the arms up through space. Exhaling, letting them reach down to the ground. We'll just do a couple more of these just to slow it down, just to get with our breath. Again, reconnect and become close to our breath. Inhaling, exhaling. And being really close with our breath, you know, it's very intimate with ourselves. And I would say this is a really good thing to focus on. Gratitude and self-love, self-care at the moment. Because then we can be much more available and uplifting and energetic for other people. And this next one, as the arms come through space, let them just rest. Just let that last breath breathe out. Empty out. Hands reach the ground. And then let the arms just fall out to the side. Align Shavasana now. Just for a minute. You can, if you prefer, put your feet on the ground, let the knees fall together. You can cover yourself. You can put warm clothes on or cover yourself with a blanket. For a minute. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a breath in through the nostrils and breathe out through the mouth. Let it go. Feel your back on the ground. Feel your breath in your body. And just let yourself be. Give yourself this time to completely relax. Let yourself be as you are. There's nothing to do, no planning, no thinking, no worrying. This is just being here now, right now. Every out breath, feel the body is relaxing, softening, sinking. We come to the end of our relaxation, come to the end of our practice. So just take your time to slowly come back to the day, back to life. From Shavasana, from the corpse posture, we revivify, we come back to life. But take some time just to come back, to re-enter opening the eyes, doing whatever you need to do just to come back, look around, re-engage. So you're taking your mind back out. Really have a brief little kind of relaxation, but sometimes you just need to make sure you're grounded and in your body and in your outside space as well. And rub the palms together vigorously. So you're making some heat between the palms and energy, focusing the energy, centering the energy between the palms of the hands. Yeah, now we're nice and warm. Let's put that on the heart center, close the eyes, and we close with our intention, our resolve, our sankalpa is the word we use in yoga, Sanskrit word sankalpa. Your intention. Maybe it's a reconnecting with intentions we may have made earlier in the year, or maybe it's something brand new. Maybe we've kind of looked at them and readjusted. So whatever that intention might be, say that, make it a sentence and say it to yourself a few times. And give it warmth, give it energy, give it your full attention, give it lots of love. And this will feed it, nourish it, nurture it, so that your intention will flourish and grow. Good. Thank you so much. Namaste. Appreciate your presence and appreciate your practice today. Well done.